Man, I swear. All right. There we go. How's that? That must be a little bit better. Yep, I can see the little dial moving. Thank you, guys. Jeez, I swear I have some problem every single time that I live stream. It kills me because there's no good way to there's no good way to really test this ahead of time with just a single person. So anyway, this is what I've got going on tonight. I've got trivia. I've got bourbon. I've got lots of glasses. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to kind of give everybody about a minute or two to hop in here, just kind of see how people are doing. We got 13 people in so far, and I'm sure more will be pouring in, hopefully. 19. Yeah, all right. So we're going up. So how are you guys all doing tonight? I told you all to bring your own bourbon, so what did you bring for tonight? Because I've certainly got quite a bit of it. There's actually even more bottles that you guys can't see that are a little off screen here. So happy Bourbon Day for, geez, I can't talk. Happy Bourbon Day to you too. Teege-tastic, Teagy-tastic, ETL. Nice. Elmer T Lee, yeah, I got that right here. Yeah. Booker's, hey Dick. Eagle Rare, nice. That's a good one. Definitely a good one. So I also have this interesting little guy that was sent to me quite a while ago by a viewer, and it's Old Limestone Mixing Water. It says the official companion of Kentucky bourbon, limestone filtered. Basically, it's the same kind of water that they put into bourbon to bring it down to the proper proof. So it comes with this little guy here, which I'm going to actually just take care of this now while we kind of wait for some people. And basically, you can put it in here, and I don't know if it just snaps right in, and that helps you to just put a little tiny bit of I guess that was awesome. All right, good start. At least my computer didn't get wet. Don't you hate when that happens? All right, anyway. All right, I think I need a drink. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got some trivia for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up a question, and whoever gets it right first gets to pick from my smorgasbord of bourbons of what they would like me to drink. So, cool. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Let me just check out. I want to see how many people are in here. So we only got 23 so far. We can do better than that. I came on my bar top. Yeah, like I said. I mean, I haven't been drinking the whiskey yet, so not a problem. All right, here we go. All right, question number 1. Roll in. I'll pop back here while we wait for some people to Maker's Mark. Steven says number 1. Evan Williams, Barrel Bourbon, 1. U. U is not a number. All right, so the proper answer is... So, little bourbon trivia for you there. So, Steven, you get to be the first one to pick. Now, just for the sake of anyone here who maybe can't see these because my camera is not the best thing in the world, let me just go down the list here. So, I've got Redemption Bourbon. I've got Wiggly Bridge Distillery, which is a local place from up in Maine. I've got Copper Dog, which is a local place, not exactly sure where. Oh, whoops, that is a blended malt. Sorry about that. It is the color of a bourbon. So just kick that one right out of here. All right, so we got Knob Creek. We've got Willet. I've got Jefferson's Voyage Ocean. Let's see. I've got Wild Turkey 101. I've got the Bookers. I've got regular Jeffersons. I've got Elmer T Lee. I have my Woodford Reserve Masters Collection Batch Proof. I've got Larceny. I've got Redemption High Rye Bourbon. I've got 2 stars. I've got Uncle Nearest, which is a small distillery as well. And then I've got Bullet Bourbon Barrel Strength. So, let's see. Steven Davidson, what would you like me to drink? Since you were the winner. I'll get my glass ready. I do kind of hate that whole lag between when you guys can talk to me and when I can even get to you. But what are you going to do? Overpriced batch proof. I got to tell you, man, yes, it is expensive. No doubt about it, but I really like it. Steven says, I hit one without even reading the answers. Go for a bit of the local stuff, Wiggly Bridge. Nice. Great choice. So this place is from up in York, Maine, which my family has a place up there. So I end up there pretty often. So if you're ever in New York, Maine, keep an eye out for me, especially on the weekends. It's not uncommon that I'm up there. They have a distillery kind of off the main York area, and then they also have a small little store, just a storefront basically. And I've spoken to the person that owns it a few times. They've told me that they're more than happy to let me kind of come in, film, do all that whole stuff. I've just never really gotten around to doing it. But I did end up getting this bottle as a gift from my wife for my family as like a Father's Day present a couple of years ago. So anyway, Stevenson, good job. Cheers. Man, it's a great smelling whiskey too. I'm not going to go into any sort of nosing or tasting. I'm mostly just drinking to hang out with you guys and celebrate a day that is worth celebrating. Oh, you're going to be up there tomorrow. Nice. Watching from the stair mill at the gym. That's awesome, Troy. Fucking get it. Sorry, I try not to swear. But yeah, man, get it. Get after it. All right, 18 months old. That's a good question. So let me see. What else we got? Handcrafted in Maine, small barrel, bourbon, whiskey, 750, 43%. Made from our bourbon mash recipe and aged under 4 years in new... Well, that's a tricky way of saying that. I like that. Aged under 4 years in new small American oak barrels. But when you look at it, you just see 4 years. That's pretty smart. Good for them. Good marketing. Oh yeah, no, you were close enough. I mean, you got to think about it. I read off a bunch of them, and you actually picked one that wasn't just one that you know. So good job. How hard is it to balance a Glencairn on the treadmill? Well, he's not on a treadmill. He's on a Stairmaster. Jefferson Ocean aged at sea. Thoughts? Yes, I do have some thoughts. It's a heck of a lot better than regular Jefferson Ocean. I'll give you that for sure. The aged at sea, the one that I have is I think it's Voyage 13. I was covering it with my thumb. For those of you that don't know, this stuff basically goes around the world. It's very, very cool concept. I'm actually eager to do my video on it. By the way, holy crap, I have a lot of bourbon. So my wife came downstairs a little bit before I started, and she was just like, holy crap, our entire kitchen is brown. So, all right. So I know some of you, which one are you asking if it's a weeder? I'm actually not, I don't know the mash bill of pretty much any of these. So unless it says on the bottle, I probably couldn't tell you. I mean, as far as what it tastes like, also hard to say. Wheat bourbons are not something I've actually had a whole heck of a lot of now I think about it. All right, first dram is down. So I am going to, sorry, I'm reading. So I'm going to just give a quick little delay here for 1 sec. 33 people. All right, cool. So we've got Scotch for Dummies is coming up right after me at 10 o'clock. So I know most of you will probably know that, but for anybody who doesn't, check out their show right after you're done with me. All right, so let's go to Q2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. All right. Yeah. 32 watching, 9 likes. Oh, that's just sad. Anyway, I do not have any Buffalo Trace. I've drank it all. It's just gone. It's tough because I want to, like, Buffalo Trace is really good and I wouldn't mind having a bottle of it around. I don't have the room. This is something that you guys have heard me talk about a few times. I go through whiskeys very quickly to the point where, like, I actually get a lot more whiskey than I could possibly drink, and I end up giving bottles away a lot. So that's something that I try to deal with here. Basically by drinking. All right. So the answer that's coming across, let's see. I actually forget what the answer is. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. Who's the first person that got it? So Emra Kacker was the first person to get the answer, and the answer. So, yeah, interesting. Anyway, so Emra, you are the one to pick. If you'd like me to give you any hints at what I've got over here or anything, again, let me know. But feel free to pick any bourbon because we are celebrating bourbons today. The next one, remind me to put some of this stuff in there and not just squirt it all over the place again. Hilarious. Hey, Bourbon Journey, how you doing, man? How'd your the rest of your stream go? I'm hopeful that it was good. My Bourbon Journey actually had a really cool setup. He was do you win the bottle if you live in Mass? Negative. Oh boy, Ocean with my full notes and opinion. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. You guys are gonna see that I'm just a hack and totally can't do this stuff on the spot. All right. Nice little pop. All right, so we're going Jefferson's Ocean. That's right. That's what you said, right? Okay, we're going Jefferson's Ocean. Just going to do a small pour of all of this stuff because I'm hopeful to get through at least 6 of these, although I have 7 questions. All right, so let's put the Jeffersons right there. Nice in the spotlight. Squirt. All right, so let's give it a little nose. So it smells kind of like a newer bourbon, or younger bourbon, I should say. I'm curious how long this stuff actually ages. I do remember that the nose on this was significantly less impressive than the actual taste. Let me see what we can actually get out of this guy. No, there's no specific tasting or nosing notes or anything. So anyway, it smells young. Yeah, honestly, not a very impressive nose. It's almost like a stale Sharpie. So, all right, let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers. No, I don't have any cast strength oceans. All right, well, the taste is a lot more interesting. Definitely, what is this? Is it 46? 45. I was close. You know that you're drinking too much whiskey when you can almost just nail the proof there. All right. Do you think the Jefferson C is worth the money? I don't know, man. That's a tough call because it's $80, I think, or sometimes it could be even more than that. I'm gonna go no. It's not. It's an interesting story, and that's part of the reason that I'm excited to do an episode on it because just in general, I think it'll make an entertaining episode. But as far as a whiskey, like I don't see myself giving more than even a. I'm on the verge of like saying just ignore it because frankly, between the price and the taste, it's probably not worth it. Now I am going to let this sit for a minute. It was fun for me to kind of like introduce some friends to. Now you can see there's not a ton of it gone, but there's definitely some of it gone. But I've had a couple of people try this, and it's always fun to be like, hey, this particular bourbon went around the world on a ship. I mean, that's neat. So anyway, even though you requested it, I'm not going to give any tasting notes here just because it's not the right environment for me to really get much. And frankly, the taste is not very good. But I'll try one more time. Let me actually add a little bit of water to it. Gonna make use of this guy. Now it says to only do a couple, well, obviously do a couple of drops, but I have no idea what actually, oh boy, that was not. I wonder if I'm just going to totally abandon this one. I wonder if I pour it upside down, if it works a little bit. Yeah, it does. Cool. Okay. So, well, I've completely watered this thing down, so I guess I'll just throw it back. Totally unimpressive. Jefferson's Ocean is more fun for the story than it is for the bourbon. All right. So we are about 17 minutes into this, and we're on Q3. So I think we're going for a pretty good time frame, like we're making good time. Let's just catch up with the chat real quick. So let's see. Had the chance to compare the Jefferson's regular small batch, special reserve, and Oceans at a flight night. The regular very small batch had the best nose. Okay. I'm curious what you think, Emra, about the... the Presidential Reserve was the best. Okay, that's good. I've seen a ton of the different Jeffersons. And actually, well, I'll save that. But what did you think about the at sea, the Jefferson's Ocean? Yeah, so Santa Cruz, and you're right. And you can get the cast strength for $10 more. I'm sure it's better. For me, once again, I bought it just because of the story behind it, and it'll make an interesting episode. And I was curious, really have a whole lot of people like myself that I enjoy watching on YouTube to really give me nosing and tasting and, whether things are worth it or not. Yeah. So anyway, all right, let's see. Okay. Let's throw the third question up here. 3, 2, 1, go. I like this. This is fun. Is this like, I'm not going to be pandering, but like, I'm guessing this is fun, or at least pretty entertaining. It took a while to put all these questions in here, so I'm hoping that it's fun. All right, so let's see. I actually kind of forget what the answer is, to be honest. All right, so let's see. Q3. See what the... I wonder if anybody's actually gotten it right yet. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Q3 answer is... medicinal whiskey, and it let them grow from 20 stores to 400 stores. So it's interesting to think that there wouldn't be a Walgreens on like every other corner if prohibition had never happened. That's an interesting thing. So anyway, what's his name? Sorry, it's tough to keep track of this all. So Ralph, yeah. Oh, you can't hear me. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, shoot, that's totally true. Yeah, crap. I'm not gonna go ahead and all right. I'm glad you pointed that out. I didn't even think of that. I didn't assign the microphone to any of the other scenes. Boy, that's a little silly. All right, whatever. I can actually, if you guys don't mind the slide effect, I can actually make this work. Give me 2 seconds here. Oops, I might have just opened Adobe Premiere Pro. Give me 3 seconds, 2018, today's thing, and I will just copy all of these into here. Oops. I hope that wasn't a question. There we go. All right, why are these all... You guys will have to bear with me for a sec. I would much rather have you able to hear me. Ah, crap. Just blow all this stuff away. Never mind. You'll just have to not hear me. I'd rather not, there we go. All right. You'll just have to read. Sorry. All right, what am I drinking? I don't have any Old Forester. So Ralph, what am I drinking? Walgreens does in fact suck. You are correct. The place I used to live, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, they had a Walgreens, and this is obviously not all of them, but I swear that like there was a cat living there. You know that smell that like cat people have, or specifically cat people who don't clean very well. Hey Russ. Hey Russ, I'm totally not ignoring you on Patreon, by the way. I just haven't had a chance to respond. I've appreciated the last couple of comments that you made, actually. All right. If Ralph doesn't pick something soon, I'm just going to let somebody else pick for me. All right. Let's see. What am I doing? John, do you live near there? That'd be interesting. Redemption. Perfect. All right. Finally. Thank you. All right, so we got Redemption Bourbon, and then I have Redemption High Rye Bourbon. They are both closed, so I'm going to open them both while I wait for your answer there. All right. I actually haven't tried either one of these, clearly, because they're both closed, but I'm interested to know if they're any good. All right, so I have 3 different redemptions. I have Redemption High Rye Bourbon, Redemption Bourbon, and then in the cabinet I have Redemption Rye. Obviously didn't bring out the rye for tonight. All right. I'm just going to go with the regular bourbon instead of the high rye bourbon because it's a little bit more true to today. Oh, never mind. Ralph says do the high rye. All right. So Ralph, this one will be to you. I hope it's good. Oof, man. Clang. These are cool bottles. I don't know if you guys can really... I mean, there's nothing typically, like, particularly special about them. They just kind of look like a flask. And, I mean, I guess I could probably walk around with that in my pocket. I'm a pretty big guy. All right. So, let's see. Once again, smells a little bit young, but not nearly like the Jefferson's there. It doesn't have that Sharpie smell to it. It's almost, I'm curious what the mash bill of this actually is. Let's see if it says on here. 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% barley. Oh, that's the high rye. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the one I'm doing. All right. So, yeah, a little bit of the rye in there, but it's not as prominent as you'd think with 36%. Aged in new charred oak barrels. Makes sense. It's not too hard to get them around here. So it says Redemption is bringing back rye to its pre-prohibition glory. Seems appropriate for today. Our high rye bourbon whiskey is made with corn and a high content of rye to ensure complexity and balance. All right, let's see. So cheers to you, buddy, for getting it right. That actually tastes pretty good. I wasn't sure exactly what I was expecting, but actually, the back of that has a little bit of yeah, of course rye's okay to drink. You just friggin' drink scotch if you want. It's all about just drinking and hanging out. So Richie, whatever you want to drink, but yeah, go for the rye. Anyway, this it has kind of like cigar ash on the back, but in a good way. It's very, what's the word? It has almost zero bite to it, which is, kind of good. Sometimes that's good. It's got 46%, so actually I would expect a little bit more of a bite. It doesn't have a whole lot of the spice that you'd get with a rye, but it does kind of translate into that like cigar ashy back end. So, all right. While I am drinking this, why don't I put up Q4? Here you go. All right. So while you guys ponder that, I actually could reread it. Well, I don't need to reread it. So let's see. I'm sure you guys have all answered. It's just like a 30-second delay. It's brutal. Bourbon is the official distilled spirit of the United States. What year was this decided by the American Congress? 62, 64, or 1967? I actually forget the answer to this one, so I won't know until you guys know. John, you're nuts. All right. That one went down pretty quick. I actually like that one. I'm looking forward to doing a more formal review on that. It's interesting because I know a lot of the redemption bourbons use that was MGP. Something I'm actually thinking about doing an episode of just altogether is like bourbons that use kind of a sourced bourbon and what that means, and why it's not necessarily a bad thing. At least that's my opinion. Jefferson makes a rye? I actually didn't know that. Interesting. All right, so let's see who won this one. So the answer is... All right, so the answer is 1964, which for the question was number 2. So it looks like Abilene Augie was the winner there. So, Abilene, what would you like me to drink? And for those of you that are coming in late, just while Abilene, I don't know if that's a guy or girl, is making a decision, we've got the Bookers, we've got Wild Turkey 101, we got Knob Creek, we got Willet, we got regular Jefferson's, Elmer T Lee, Redemption Bourbon, 2 stars, Bullet Bourbon Barrel Strength. We got Uncle Nearest. We've got Larceny, and we've got Woodford Reserve Master Distillers. Batch proof. All right, so let's see. No answer yet. Oh, no, Elmer T Lee. Nice. Good for you. Thank you. It's about time I got to a really good one. Now, Elmer T Lee, I was surprised. I had never had this until I did that last live stream with It's Bourbon Night. And I was shocked at how good this was. Man, everything about this bottle is cool. It's just like little tiny bottle, but it's, man, I love the nose on this. It's exclusively, what's the word? It's unique, basically, to anything else that I've really nosed. I can put those drams down. Now you should see me, if you think about it. So I'm about, 240, maybe 235. And sorry, I'm laughing at the comments. I can put these things away, but usually by the time that I'm done with the stream, I'm usually pretty happy about it. Anyway, all right, so Elmer T Lee has an awesome nose to it. The first thing that I really kind of say about it is, and it kills me, is it smells like Now and Laters, if you've ever had one. Thanks, Ralph. It has a collection earned over time at this point. So it's got such a sweet nose. It's almost like crazy to me. I've just never smelled anything like it before. I have no idea what the mash bill is. There's just too many things here to have done proper, research on such a short notice. So this is a single barrel sour. Wow. All right, maybe the bourbon's already starting to hit me because I can't talk, although I was already having trouble talking when we first started. Single barrel sour mash. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 45%. So anyway, the nose is just fantastic. It's like bananas and just like I said, like sour apple, or like the green Now and Laters, just sour apple is friggin' awesome. Anyway, cheers. And the taste follows suit. This is another one that I'm very excited to do. I actually think you guys will probably see me doing some bourbon reviews pretty soon. I've focused a lot on Scotch. Man, this little cap thing sucks. It's just dumping water in there, but whatever. All right. It's actually like got some bite to it. The alcohol is kind of coming through pretty strong on this, more so than I would have expected, but taste is very good. Once again, going so quickly, I'm not giving any sort of proper notes on any of this stuff. I'm just hanging out. So I know I've asked you guys before, but I know there's a lot more of you in here than the last time I asked. What are you all drinking? How are you celebrating National Bourbon Day? While you are answering, I'm going to throw up Q5. So 3, 2, 1, go. helps if I switch back to the scene properly. So, while you guys are answering, I'm actually just going to add my microphone to a couple of these. That way I can actually talk during the thing. So yeah, super exciting having me not talk. Sorry. It's just, I feel like it's probably better for me to be able to talk to you while the thing is on the screen. And I've got 2 more to do. Give me 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. All right, cool. So that is what, Q4? Nope, that was Q5. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see what the answers are rolling in here. I do like George Dickel stuff. It's good value for the money that you pay. All right, so what year was the American Whiskey Trail officially launched? The answer is, surprisingly, the American Whiskey Trail is only 14 years old. So it was launched in 2004. I was surprised when I read that. So let's see who got that one right. The answer was number 3. So Benji, you are the winner. What would you, whoa, it's really, there we go, my blurry. What would you like me to drink? All these guys are out of the way. So we got the Bookers left. We got Wild Turkey 101, Knob Creek, Willet, Jefferson's, Redemption Bourbon, Larceny, Woodford Reserve, Uncle Nearest, Bullet Bourbon Batch Strength, and 2 stars. What's going on, Dad? How you doing? So we've got, I don't have Bakers yet. I've never done an episode on Bakers. I've actually never even tried Bakers. One thing I have tried is Basil Hayden's, and oddly enough, that was one of the first whiskeys I think I drank, like even before I had the Johnny Walker Black, which I've said a few times was kind of like my intro. I bought a bottle of Basil Hayden's, and I actually didn't like it at the time. So I would fully expect that I will like it now, but I totally didn't like it then. All right, you guys know that's John Belushi. So, Benji, you were the winner, and you still haven't suggested one yet. Let's see. Everybody's giving you suggestions, though. It is a mouth-watering table. Yeah. If you were here earlier, you would have seen it was also a bottle-watering table. This stupid thing. Come on, Sloby. Benji. Oh, of course. I was waiting for somebody to pick Bookers. All right, so we got the Bookers, because we always have the Bookers. No, I am not doing a Bookers and Knob blend. You guys have had me blend stuff on this channel before, and maybe I'll do it again. It's never been a good decision. Those are the nights where I'll make like a box of mac and cheese at about midnight and just be like, please just sober up, this hurts. This is gonna suck tomorrow at work. All right, so we've got the Bookers. Now, this is still the 2017-03. I have yet to finish this bottle because I only ever busted out on live streams because I know you guys love the Bookers. And I have yet to still see the 2018-01 or now the 2 is out. It's not like I'm not trying to buy them. I'm just having trouble finding them. John, you are a man of eloquence. Bookers and Knob is the same. They are not the same, sir. They are both small batch, and they are both from the same, roughly the same grouping of barrels, but they are definitely different. Just speaking more so because Booker's is different from bottling to bottling. All right, so anyway, Benji, good job. Cheers to you. I already know this one too well. And boy, do I love me some Bookers. Now, I'm going to try for like the 4th or 5th time to actually only drop a drop in here. So now you all saw, when I tried to do this the proper way, the way that you would expect, like this is just not the right tip for this thing. Anyway, all right. This is let's see if I can do like 1 drop of water in my Bookers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I could have stopped at 2, but whatever. All right, let's throw up another question. We've got, oh wow, it's only 9:37. All right, so I guess I need to slow down a little bit. So, well then again, nothing says I have to do an hour-long stream. By the way, if any of you are not subscribed to Malted in Montreal, he is about 10 subscribers away from hitting 1,000, which, I mean, the guy just needs to get 1,000. I'm tired of hearing him complain. So if there are 10 nice people out there who want to go subscribe to Malted in Montreal, get him over 1,000, then you'll make my day, and you'll more to the point make his day. Tell the deceased booker no that they are different. What? Well, yeah. Okay. So when you say that they're the same, yes, they're the same juice, but you're totally right. It's the different warehouse location, which, I mean, you know bourbon. You know that can make a huge difference. That's like saying, yes, it's the same stuff going into French oak versus American oak, like, you know, or not. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, you know what I mean. What's the code? It's not a code. Well, it's the 2017-03. It's not a code one. I'm guessing you're talking about the old C dash something or others, right? All right, let me throw up number 6. And as I said, I added the audio, so you guys will actually hear me now. All right, so what is the Reverend Elijah Craig typically given credit for? Number 1, first to age his whiskey in oak barrels. Number 2, first to char his oak barrels. Number 3, first to dub the name Angel Share. So that's a tricky one. At least I hope so. You guys are pretty smart, though, so I'm not sure. All right, so John Belushi, you are the winner. He was the first to char his oak barrels after an uncontrolled fire charred some of the barrels he was going to store whiskey in, and he decided to use them anyway. So, John, what would you like to drink? What would you like me to drink? I can tell from the way that you are chatting that you are very eager to tell me to drink something. I'm guessing you remember, at least fairly well, what I have here, but if you need a refresher, let me know. Are you actually, you actually work for Heaven Hill, John? Because I wouldn't mind having a contact there. It would certainly help rather than me sending blind emails. What do I want to drink? That's a great question. So I've seen a lot of people suggesting I drink the Uncle Nearest, and I'm actually just going to drink this water because that thing sucks. And I could tell you, because I've had it before, that the Uncle Nearest is not very good. And for that reason, because I like to celebrate all things delicious and terrible on this channel, as is proof by Black Velvet, Johnny Walker Red, probably several other ones that I'm not thinking of. I'm going to go with the Uncle Nearest. And honestly, I really hope that this is better, because they sent me this bottle for free. And I hate the idea of like putting somebody, you know, I almost said something that made me sound like a lot younger than I am. I hate the idea of somebody sending me something for free and then not reviewing it, but I do tell people that if something is terrible, I'm just not going to review it, and that's the deal. So anyway, let's see if this got any better with age, because it was not good the first time I tried it. So, John, thank you for actually encouraging me to have this again. Appreciate it. And cheers to you. All right, so the nose is what I remember. It's just a super young whiskey. I bet if I looked this up, this would be another NGP. Or MGP, sorry. Now, one thing that's interesting, this is actually 100 proof, which I had forgotten about. It's made in Tennessee, although it doesn't say it's a Tennessee whiskey, which is interesting. I forget the exact rules around Tennessee whiskey, but in general, all Tennessee whiskeys are bourbons, which is why I had it out here. And I was actually tempted to put Jack Daniels on the table, but I didn't want to start that flame war of people telling me that Jack Daniels is not a bourbon, because they're wrong. But whatever. All right, so let's see how this is. Cheers to you. and John Belushi. Well, the taste has changed, actually, thankfully. Oh, man, that's a relief, actually. And I'm going to have to point that out in the review, because I will now officially do a review of this. The taste got a lot better. It is very heavy on, like, maple syrup, and less so on vanilla. The taste actually lingers really long, and you can tell because this is now my, 6th dram, and this is definitive, or not definitive, what's the word? It's standing out, like it's really like I can still taste it. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, let's see what else I get. I'm interested. It's reminding me of a candy that I used to eat, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Some sort of cross between I think they're called cow's tail. It's like a caramel with some sort of white stuff in the middle. Actually kind of reminds me of that. I do not have any Jim Beam. Actually, that's not true. I have plenty of Jim Beam bottles right on the table. But no Jim Beam. I'm saving the Jim Beam, like just the regular Jim Beam review, for some point when I'm like a little bit more confident in my editing abilities, because I know that a bottle of Jim Beam is going to be a heavy hitter as far as video views go. So I want to make sure that I really nail the production for that. Anyway. All right, so let's see. Told my wife to pick me up a bourbon from the grocery store for Bourbon Day. Told her to surprise me. She bought me some Jim Beam apple. Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad. Well, you know what, Brad? She still bought it for you. I guess that's the silver lining. That's really funny, though. Man, flavored whiskeys just shouldn't exist. I almost put a nip of this like cherry flavored whiskey that I have. I'm tempted to just have it at some point just to see. But it probably tastes good, actually. It's just hard to do stuff like that on my channel. Like I basically don't do flavored whiskeys on the channel. All right. Let's see. Oh, John, maybe I missed your, whatever. I must have missed your thing. I thought that you had told me to do whatever I wanted, and then you said something about doing larceny. All right. I am going to put up the last question, although I do not currently have a Glencairn, so maybe I'll utilize one of those. We'll see what happens. So, all right. Q7, last question. Here we go. Who was the only United States president to ever own a whiskey distillery? Number 1, Thomas Jefferson. Number 2, George Washington. Or number 3, Donald Trump. Oops, sorry. That was probably a lot louder than it should have been. Whiskey flavored whiskey, like Sarah's shirt from its bourbon. I did like that shirt, actually. I would totally wear that shirt. All right, so we got some answers rolling in here. So John Belushi says Jefferson. Benji says George Washington. Donner Pass Whiskey says George Washington. George says Thomas Jefferson. Ralph says Donald Trump. Now, oddly enough, it would not surprise me if it comes out that Donald Trump has a hand in some sort of whiskey distillery, because frankly, like, they're decent business, and if you have some money, you could actually make a huge difference and get it on the ground floor of any distillery. That being said, Benji, you've already won, so Donner Pass Whiskey, you are the winner. Although Thomas Jefferson is on the Jefferson's bourbon bottle, he never had anything to do with bourbon. He was chosen for his curiosity and experimental spirit. However, George Washington owned a distillery on Mount Vernon, and at one point it was the largest distillery in the United States. So I actually did some pretty decent research on this because I wanted to make sure that there was no chance any other president had ties to distillery. And I found this website, and it literally talked about every single president that had anything to do with whiskey distillery, and George Washington was the only person to actually own one. So Who was the winner? Donner Pass whiskey. So what am I drinking? Donner Pass whiskey. I was a little surprised to hear that Jefferson had no hand whatsoever, only because, actually not even because it's named Jefferson, just because Jefferson had his hand in everything. Make the age statements great again. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Jefferson was a wine person. I've heard that as well. Zach Brown has a whiskey distillery in Georgia. I'm going this weekend to visit. Cool. Hey, Brad, if you think about it, tell me about it. I actually would totally not mind. Like, so there's a lot of celebrities starting distilleries now, and, you know, other than tasting it, I'm sure that they have no real hand in doing any of it other than fronting the money, which, who cares? They're bringing more whiskey to the table. Maybe the Metallica whiskey coming out in like a year and a half or so will be freaking awesome, and that would be awesome because I freaking love Metallica. But Zach Brown band, my wife likes him, and plenty of other people do. I would do well to actually do a video on Zach Brown. So let's see. Oh, bullet cast strength. You guys just want to get me drunk. All right. I'm just going to pick one of these guys, wash it out with some water, and then pour some bullet cast strength. I do actually have one more question, although I'll ask it verbally, only because it's 9:48. And I want to make sure that I can, kind of keep you guys rolling right into Scotch for Dummies. That would be fun. By the way, while I'm pouring this, don't forget to give this video a like. It will actually help me out a lot. Assuming that you are having fun, because it will only ever help my channel. I'm actually probably going to hit 13,000 subscribers, I would say probably tomorrow. I'm really close. I usually get about 30 to 40 subscribers a day, and I think I'm probably about 40 subscribers away. I actually haven't looked in a little bit, but anyway, this is the Bullet Bourbon Batch Strength. Or Batch Strength? Sorry, no, that's the Barrel Strength. The Woodford Reserve has me all kinds of confused. This was surprisingly good. Regular Bullet Bourbon is a great beginner whiskey. It's a very, very solid beginner whiskey, and I would recommend it to anybody I'd meet. But for them to kind of go and do a barrel strength, I was actually surprised that I liked it as much as I did. Only because regular Bullet, it's kind of... It's easy. It's not complex. It's not anything special. Let's just put it that way. But it is good. So anyway, doing a higher proof could have just totally been more of the same, just with a little bit more bite. But instead it actually gets a little bit more complex. I was surprised. Anyway, all right. So cheers to you, Donner Pass. That feels really weird to say. So I'm curious, Donner, what is the story behind your name? Because you've got Donner Pass whiskey. And I'm curious if that is actually a whiskey brand. Boy, I kind of want to get in touch with you, because that sounds like an episode that could write itself. Man, that's good whiskey. They break. Yeah, actually, I've noticed that too. Their corks do dry out pretty quickly. Yeah, actually, even this one's just, it's pretty dry to start off with. But it's not falling apart yet. And I mean, you guys see how little of this I've drank. This is going to take me a long time to get through. I mean, it's what is it? 119.2 proof. Let's see. Donner Pass whiskey nailed it. Shit corks. Yeah. Bullet Bourbon's training wheels. You're just starting bourbon. Yeah, exactly. I mean, actually, one of the. All right. So since you guys are my live stream crew, and I love when you guys are here because it gives me a chance to kind of talk about stuff that I'm doing. I am going to be putting out a video on beginner rye whiskeys. I was actually going to do it tomorrow, but instead, Swami, hey, what's going on, buddy? Tell me you hit 1,000. I sent some folks your way. I know we only need 10 more of them, although I suspect most of these people are probably already subbed to you. Because I always send them your way. Anyway, thanks, Mikey. So what I was saying, so I've got this video on rye, and it's beginner rye, which is kind of a contradiction because frankly, I just don't see ryes as being beginner whiskeys. They're too intense. And anyway, so it's got 10 whiskeys on there. I'm going to kind of do it as a top 10 list because top 10 itself is like friggin' crack to YouTube viewers. So if you put top 10 on there, he's 7 away, man. All right. I'm going to interrupt myself. Anybody who is not subscribed to Swami, go subscribe right now. You can remove your subscription later. Doesn't matter. Although I'd suggest you don't. But that guy needs to hit 1,000. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go do it. Right click on his name and go to the channel and hit subscribe. All right, that's it. So Swami actually does shows on rum, since we're talking about it. My opinion on Woodford Reserve, actually, I love Woodford Reserve. It is one of my favorite bourbons. It is the Distiller Select I'm starting to fall a little bit out of love with only because my tastes are changing. They're getting a little bit more complicated. But that being said, it gets picked right up by the double oak. And the rye is amazing. I love the rye. I think it's 95% rye. It's fantastic. That being said, the Woodford Reserve Batch Proof is expensive but freaking awesome. They kind of dropped the ball with last year's Master Collection, not gonna lie. The cherry wood is pretty poorly received and generally agreed upon to be one of their worst Master Collections. But it's delicious. Like, not the cherry wood, but all of their stuff is great. They actually have a brand new what is it called? It's like a straight whiskey. Not single malt. It's malt. I think it's just malt. Whatever. They have a brand new version, and they are just putting it out, and I'm dying to get my hands on it because it's probably cheap. Hey, Swami, you're awesome. Anyway, they have this brand new thing, and I'm dying to get my hands on it. The second I do, I will be probably interrupting whatever I already had planned to do that week and doing a review on it. All right. So I did say that I had one more question for you guys. And because we've got 9:54 right now, and I want to give you guys a little bit of time to go take a leak or do whatever you got to do before Scotch for Dummies comes on. So I want to word this properly, and I have the email right here because I emailed myself questions earlier and didn't quite have enough time to put them all into the stream. So here we go. All right. What month of the year is dubbed National Bourbon Heritage Month? Number 1, January. Number 2, June. Or number 3, September. Number 1, January. Number 2, June. Or number 3, September. Let's see who knows their shit. That's a smart move, Brad. I'm curious, does Total Wine give out any sort of discounts or anything through their app? So we got George saying June, Santa Cruisin' saying June, Benji saying January, Emra saying 9. Richie, thank you very much. Appreciate that, buddy. I know it's a Thursday night show. It's not my norm, but I just couldn't pass up on National Bourbon Day. I mean, bourbon is kind of always going to be my thing. I like going all over the place, but John, I'm hoping you're talking about your wife. I will say nobody's gotten it right yet. There's a single number that you guys have all left out. Somebody's going to get it. It's not number 1. It's not number 2. So it must be number 4. So, Bud, I have so little experience with rum, I would not be able to do it justice. It's not June. It's not June. George! Good job, George. John, I'm not going to answer that because she'll kill me. So, George, you are the winner. It is actually September, which I've got a question for all of you because I could not find the answer to this. Why the heck is June 14th National Bourbon Day? No idea. There was no reasoning behind it. Oh, did somebody say September? Oh, Emra, you said September. Oh, well, you already won. Yeah, no, George was 9 is September. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, don't do that. 3 away from 1K. Oh, man, Swami. I'm tempted to just go create a couple Google accounts and go sub. I don't think any wife has a desire for whiskey dick unless she's just trying to avoid the whole scenario. Like, oh, honey, do you have whiskey dick? Oh, good. I've got a headache. All right, George. Well, I've got 2 minutes left. What do you want me to drink, George? You've got about 30 seconds before I'm going to cut you off. The good thing is, I'm going to go watch Age of Ultron because I've been watching the Marvel movies and all of the shows and everything, and I just finished S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, 1 through 19. So the next thing I get to watch is Age of Ultron, and I'm about 50 minutes into the movie before I fell asleep on the couch the other night, and I'm going to go finish watching it. Wow. Swami! Oh, man, I want Swami to hit that so freaking bad. Swami, you gotta hit that, man. Let's see. I can't type. There's too much stuff in the way. Ah, man. All right. I have not done Knob Creek yet. All right, Knob Creek it is. Let's wash this guy out. I've got 1 minute till Scotch for Dummies comes on, and I do not want to step on their toes just because that would be rude of me. They kind of own Thursday night. Aquavita Thursday afternoons, you know, whatever. So, to you, George. Oh, come on, Swami. Hit that 1,000, man. You got to do it. I can't be letting you give Aquavita credit for all the subs that you got because, man, I've gotten you so many subs. 999. Well, I'm drinking that tonight, so why don't you join me? George, to you, buddy. All right, Booker's Light, just subbed Malton. Oh, Swami, you might have gotten that 1,000. Let's see. I'm going to friggin' wake up everybody in the house and push all these bottles and glasses out of the way. Let's do this. Did Swami hit it? Did he hit it? Ha! Swami! Congratulations, buddy. And it is 10 o'clock, and I am signing off. So thank you all for joining me here on the Whiskey Dictionary. It has been an awesome time, and happy National Bourbon Day to you. Cheers.